Hi everyone, my name is Reni Odetoyinbo. I am a marketing manager at BMO Private Wealth. BMO Private Wealth is the wealth management division of the Bank of Montreal, and we focus on ultra high net worth clients and affluent clients. So I will be taking you on a day in the life of a marketing manager. I'm also an entrepreneur as I run a creative agency with 3 other partners, and it's called Season 3, and we focus on concept creation for small businesses and brands using videography, photography, concept creation, and creative direction. So I'll be taking you on the day of a life of a marketing manager and an entrepreneur. So usually I work downtown at the BMO headquarters, but because of quarantine, of course, I'm working from home. Usually we work from home 1 to 2 days a week, so the transition to working full-time from home is not that big a deal. I'll show you my quarantine setup right now. Oh God. So I work from my kitchen table, and I work on 2 laptops. Usually I have 2 screens at work, but obviously I don't have that at home. So our days are filled with a lot of meetings ever since we've been working from home. So today I have meetings from 9:15 all the way to 3:30 p.m., almost back to back. It's simply because our job requires a lot of collaboration. Okay, so let me take it back a bit and explain a little bit more about who I am and how I got to where I am today. So I went to the Schulich School of Business at York University, and I got my Bachelor's of Business Administration, so my BBA, and I specialized in both marketing and operations management. So throughout my time at Schulich, they really emphasized the importance of summer internships. While we don't have a co-op program, you can do internships during your summer, whether paid or unpaid. So I did a unpaid summer internship in my first year summer. It was at Cushman Wakefield, and it was an okay experience. I don't really recommend unpaid internships, but that could be a whole other video. Then I in my second year, I got an internship at the Bank of Montreal where I work now, but it was as a business analyst. So because I studied operations management, I was very excited to work as business analyst because it's in line with what I was learning. It was a good experience. I got to network a lot. I got to learn a lot of new skills, and I was working into the T&O, so technology and operations part of the bank. Then I networked my way into my next role. So I asked my manager, I felt like I learned everything I could learn in that role. So during the summer, I asked my manager if I could shadow another team while I was there. She said yes. I shadowed a team for 2 weeks, and during that 2 weeks, I tried to be as creative as possible, basically, and help them think of new solutions that they had never thought of before. So I was creating lots of PowerPoints, presenting to the manager, even though I technically wasn't on the team, I was just shadowing them. So that really stood out to the manager, and I actually told her at the end of my internship, or at the end of my shadowing period, that if she was looking for an intern for next year, I would love to be her intern. So I was very forward about it and about my intentions, and she said, yeah, of course. But everyone will say yeah, of course. So the thing I made sure I did was when I ended my internship, I sent her a card saying thank you for the opportunity, blah blah blah. And then when I knew recruitment season was coming up in November is when they start, I made sure to send her an email and said, hey, I'm still interested. Here's my updated resume. I hope you're doing well. I'd love to work for you next summer. I did that, and I was hired by her because of that. So then that was my 3rd year of university. So in my 4th year, I was graduating, and I wanted to return full-time. I didn't want to do another internship, obviously. But the manager I had worked for the summer before was gone. So in my 4th year, I actually connected with someone again in the same team. They connected me to someone else, and then I got an interview and an internship, a full-time role as a business analyst through there. And I think when you join as an intern versus when you join as a full-time employee, things can be very different. Like as an intern, they make everything so fun. You get to do exciting projects. But as a full-time employee, as a business analyst, it was just not for me. It was like very repetitive, and I was doing the same thing over and over. It just didn't suit me. I'm a very bubbly person. I'm a person who likes to try new things all the time. So having a job that was very monotonous and repetitive was not for me. So after a few months, working as a full-time business analyst in June 2018 after I graduated, I said, nope, it's time for me to leave. Like, let me go into marketing, basically, because I've always enjoyed marketing. I do marketing freelance for small businesses regardless. So I tried to move into marketing, but it's so hard to move into marketing unless you have a degree, like marketing experience. So again, I networked my way and I got an interview with the chief marketing officer at the Bank of Montreal, in the team that I currently work at. I applied for a role in her team that was too senior for me, but I still applied for it. I got the interview and she told me that it was too senior for me, but even though she rejected me for that job, I still asked her if there was anything else. There was another job available a little bit lower as a marketing manager, which is still higher than I actually had experience for, but she hired me and I was very blessed to have gotten the opportunity to work for her, and now I currently work for her. So as a marketing manager, what I do is create marketing solutions to attract ultra high net worth clients to our advisor businesses. So I work with the investment advisors and I make a marketing plan for each and every investment advisor. I currently support over 300 investment advisors across the GTA region. So it's a very unique job. Instead of creating a large strategy for the entire bank, I'm creating a strategy for each individual advisor or advisor team. And our target markets are ultra high net worth, so people with $250,000 of investable assets or more. We're having a strategic meeting with season 3 for a possible collaboration, and I just finished the WebEx meeting. So aside from our strategic meeting that we have with season 3, I also am tasked with being the social media manager for our business. So I manage our page, season 3, and the goal of the page is not only to showcase our work, but to advertise from a marketing point of view and get more clients in the door. So that's one of my tasks that I do. And as you can see, it intertwines with my full-time job. So what I do on a day-to-day basis really changes every day, but today, for example, I'm helping advisors with their digital marketing presence. So a lot of them don't have a digital presence at all. So I'm helping them get on Twitter, LinkedIn, and build a strategy for them around posting on these platforms. I'm also meeting with all of the vendors that we work with just to make sure we build great relationships and maintain a relationship even during this difficult time. Some of the vendors I work with are our printers or our website vendor or the person or the company that manages our social media platforms. So there are lots of different relationships to maintain. And lastly, project management is a big part of what I do. So after I meet with an advisor and create a plan for them, I work with our graphic designers and assign them tasks to create the actual marketing material that the advisors will use. So if we created this great strategy around a podcast for an advisor, now I have to get the creative artwork done by assigning the task to my graphic designer and then creating it with them. I enjoy working at BMO and specifically in the wealth management division because our leaders really invest in us and they care about our well-being. So it's more than just doing our jobs, but they also try to make us better in different ways. So we have virtual learning opportunities that they just sent out. We also have virtual fitness opportunities and then virtual experiences such as the shark camera at the Ripley's Aquarium. They really try to go outside of just work and engage us in other ways, which I really appreciate. Some advice that I have if you want to get into marketing in a corporate setting is that you should know what type of marketing that you really want to do. So I often have people ask me about how they can get into marketing, but they don't exactly know what they want to do. So do you want digital marketing? Do you want print? Are you more interested in social media specifically? Know exactly what you want and study about that and then start trying to get into the field after you know what you want. Then I would say network. So as I explained earlier, all of my jobs since the second year of university have been through networking. I haven't had to apply formally to any of these jobs because I've been able to network my way into each and every one. So I would say building your network with people who are in the field that you want to be in is so important. People can open doors for you that you don't even know exist. And then lastly, I would say that if you want to be in marketing, you have to learn to market yourself. A lot of people they want to be in social media marketing, but they don't have a social media presence, or they want to learn about digital marketing, but there's no, like if I look at your LinkedIn profile, there's no evidence that you know how to market even your own personal brand. So I would say make sure that you can do what you say you can do, and someone can Google you and know that you can do what you say you can do. Right now I'm having another WebEx call and I'm building a website on the other computer just so I can multitask because I have a lot of meetings today and it gets a little bit difficult to do work. So if you're someone like me who didn't have formal work experience in marketing, but you want to get into marketing, I think there are so many opportunities to do so. You'll need to network a bit to get there, but there are so many skills that you can highlight once you do get an interview to show that you are capable of doing the job. So the first skill that I would really highlight is communication skills. I often have to present multiple times a week to different branch managers, to my team members, to investment advisors, all to get buy-in to the strategic plans that I'm creating. So being able to communicate effectively is very important because you have to get your point across so many times during the week. Next, I would say that another skill you need is your project management skills. So you need to be able to manage various deadlines at once. Sometimes I'll have 20 projects on the go, and I need to be able to manage the deadlines for each one, making sure that they're done on time and under budget. So this can be a lot of work and it requires time management skills, but if you've been doing this in another role, why not highlight that so you can show that you can do this job? Lastly, I would say collaboration skills are very, very, very important because I work with so many different people on a day-to-day basis. Just being able to collaborate with others. If you're not a team player, this job is probably not for you. You probably want a more technical role where you'll be able to do the work all by yourself. But in marketing, you can't, or in my role at least, you can't really be a one-man team and be successful. You need to work with your graphic designers, you need to work with the website vendors, you need to work with the printers. There's so many people who you're working with at all times and managing their expectations. And you, as a marketing manager, are acting as the liaison between the creatives and the tech people. So you need to be able to work with all types of people and manage your expectations as well. So these are some skills that if you don't work in marketing, but you want to be able to show that you can work in marketing, these are things you really need to highlight. Last but not least, I just want to say thank you so much, Mide, for allowing me to show you the life of a marketing manager, or the day in the life of a marketing manager. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And if you want to connect with me, please connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Reni Odetoyinbo, and I just started a new Instagram page specifically dedicated to marketing. It'll be launching soon. So the handle is Reni Odetoyinbo there as well. So follow me. Thank you.
Got that sauce in it.